So this is part 2 of This Week in Jump.
Number 7, Haikyuu.
Haikyuu, the end of a very, very long set.
The end of the third set. After there were there were 2 other sets over the course of several chapters.
Yes,
I think almost 10.
If you ever played any volleyball, ever played any tennis, and you have tiebreakers, you know how long those can last, and how tired people can actually get. Like, these are anime characters getting tired, but so these guys still going at it every single game, going to tiebreak, really showcased how much they're putting towards this.
I feel like a lot of it was the emotional weight. That's why I put it a lot higher. Mm-hmm. It was the conclusion. The tensions were high. Bokuro nails it. Just he gets the layup from Akashi. Mm-hmm. Spikes down. Kiryu salvages it. Doesn't matter. Goes out of bounds. Still a good point for them. Yeah. And they just dominate the last of the set, 22 to 25.
Fukuro Dani proceeds to the next part in this tournament.
Yes.
Mujina Zaka.
Yeah, the high school names are pretty hard.
Yes, they are done for now in this tournament.
Well, this was the last tournament that Kiryu, the ace of the other team,
could be in.
And so it was very emotional for him. Like, I thought it was actually kind of funny how Bokuro was like, "Oh yeah, you were so good. You should expect more from like all your teammates. Just tell them next time to keep up with you." Mm-hmm. I was like, "Oof!"
Like, this isn't so much a rivalry as it is a peer competition between these two teams. Mm-hmm. They want to help each other. They want to grow and together, even as competitors.
Yeah. The fact that they were all crying was because that was the last game they were going to play with Kiryu, at least in high school.
Which I believe was their ace.
He was their ace.
Yeah.
So now he's going to have to leave it up to his juniors to pick up the slack for the next competition.
Yeah, and he even says, give Mi-chan sensei, like, lift him up over your shoulders, like, in a heroic fashion. Be careful with him, he's a hero.
I thought she was a girl. I thought
Is it a girl?
Their coach was a girl. Whatever, sensei.
It's cute.
Person. It looks like a girl. She looks like a girl. I thought it was a girl. I don't know. We're not gendering the characters. We just think they look like that. Whatever. We have Akashi decompressing after the game, and Bokuro's like, "Well, we should just do what we practice, but I understand that you're going to have to adapt with the game as it goes." Mm-hmm. And everybody's like, "Oh, Bokuro's actually telling him stuff." Like, there was a little bit of shock there, and the fact that Akashi was crying was just how stressed he was during the game, that he felt like it was his fault because he wasn't playing as well at the beginning of the game. Mm-hmm. I thought that was nice. That and like the whole, you have like some flashbacks in here.
Yeah, and
Bokuro's back
and still saying that you need, like, there's still room for improvement. There's still time for improvement.
Yep.
Like, we're still in this tournament. Keep learning, and don't feel so bad about it.
It's not impossible. It's just improbable, or
it's just hard.
It's just hard. But then you get the part I wanted to actually get to, which is the battle of the small giants and the little giants, mm-hmm. with Hinata.
Yeah, we get to see Hinata once again, because it's been quite a few chapters without him.
That's true.
Yeah.
It has been a while since they've actually focused on the main cast.
Yeah.
We're talking about and reading the secondary casts.
On to number 6.
Number 6 for me is going to be Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba.
That is one I'm still catching up on.
Seriously? It's 140 chapters. I'm not mad. I'm like, really?
We don't expect everyone to read every single thing in Jump, every single episode, every single chapter. But we're trying.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that was Haikyuu, chapter 337. Demon Slayer's chapter number is 145. And that one has to do with the fight between Kaigaku and Zenitsu. With his ability to only use one type of Thunder Breath.
Yes.
Which winds up being a lie, actually.
What?
He gets thrashed a little bit, because Kagaku actually is able to get his footing back in the fight, despite having his head, like, well, he got a cut. It wasn't, like, cut clean off. So he gets, like, gets the wound, then is able to keep going, and is basically still calling Zenitsu trash. Then we see some, like, flashbacks.
More breaths.
Yes. He uses the 6th breath, which is supposed to be, like, the top tier. As Zenitsu's falling down after receiving that, he goes back into a flashback of how Zenitsu basically was in the way and don't cause problems for basically other people because there was a high-ranking individual from the Demon Slayer Corps. He has a hole in his soul that he'll never be filled because he always wants to improve and be better than everybody else. And he just can't resolve that within himself, so he takes it on everybody else. And then we have Thunder Breath 7th form, which is the clean cut across the head, so I'm assuming that means that he is dead. And if you're reading it and you see the 2-page spread for that, because that is it is really cool to see that Thunder Dragon. The line work is great. The pose is great. I was like, oh. Yeah. But even in defeat, Kagaku just can't accept it. It's like, he didn't teach me everything. The old man didn't teach me everything. Zenitsu reveals that it is a move that only he can do because he created it.
Yeah.
And that, I was like, that's cool. That's awesome. That's what I want to see in a Jump series.
Yeah, like wanting to see two, rivals fight as equals when one of them thinks they are equal and one that thinks that the other is weak.
He used to be weak, so I mean, it's definitely a huge upset. Like that's always nice to see, especially when it's earned.
Yeah,
because
that was neat.
Because prior to this, Zenitsu had actually been training a whole lot, and this was the reveal of that ability. He's never done that as far as I'm concerned. He's never done. He's just done like the first breath and then like variations of it, where he can go faster and faster. So seeing him do that was like, whoa. I thought that was really cool and payoff.
You just told me like 6th form breaths were top tier.
Yeah.
So this is even beyond that.
Yeah, I don't know if every member has learned like a next tier. So I'm interested to see like every little fight I guess that's going to happen between the high ranking moons and then every member from the Demon Slayer Corps.
Alright.
Or whatever their name is. I forget the name of the actual organization. Number 5. Also a first for ranking in the single digits. Mutilation.
I'm glad you're finally liking it now.
I'll be honest, it took a while for me to get won over because of the concept. Well, sorry. I liked the concept for the first 2 chapters, and then I felt like it kind of died down. But, yes, having a villain helps. And then this interaction was great. I liked how the characters played off of each other.
Yes, they're both master manipulators. They're both full of lies and deceit. And Gevaudan.
Good God, the names are so hard to pronounce.
The leader of the Beast organization,
yes,
is dangerous. He doesn't
care.
He does not care. He's sneaking around. One of the first things he does is he pulls out a gun and shoots him in the leg. Like, wow.
Well, he has a suppressor, so he takes precautions to make sure that he isn't seen,
heard, except by people he wants to be seen or heard from. And it's a game of wits.
It kind of, this might be giving it too much credit, but it kind of reminded me of the cat in game with Death Note between L and Light.
Okay.
Like I could see it going down that route where they're trying to figure out how they can basically incriminate the other. I could see it doing that if the writing can get even better. Like I feel like the writing in this one was definitely an improvement.
Yes. The writing is what's going to make this series work. The art style's great. I like how Gevaudan looks.
Oh, the
like
outfit.
I like how I like how Neo looks.
Yeah, they're
I even
very
like
distinct.
I even like the side characters. But test of wits, going after each other,
The bluffs,
security cameras, like not even seeing. Oh, is there a security camera here? Like, no, I hacked into this security camera and saw it. Here's my watch showcasing that once this doesn't read my heartbeat, it's getting posted. It's like, and he's telling this to someone who already knows that's not something that happens, and he knows that's not something that is possible because of the precautions he's taken, and he still lets him believe it. He still lets him think he has an upper hand.
I think it was just to punk him at the end, or just whenever before he leaves, and then just has the wherever he can basically block the signals from the camera so they can't even see him anyway.
Kind of like a small range EMP.
Yeah. What did he explicitly call it though?
Not sure.
Cameras aren't going to capture anything.
But yeah,
jammers. Just a
jammer.
Jammer. Such a simple word.
Yes. But
jam it.
doing that still around his area, Neo likes seeing the face of a defeated criminal.
Yeah, or just anybody who's trying to get it over on.
Yes, he loves seeing their face. He wants to be there when he sees it. He
got played.
He got played and he got angry.
Like, well, yeah, I mean, like the last little bit is just him frustrated.
Yes.
And just mad. And just
the other person
Givaudan
is just.
God, I'm gonna have to put that in
Givaudan.
Givaudan.
I'm not sure, but
Google, tell me how.
He is just very happy, full of himself, whereas Neo is just frustrated. He's destroys the paper. Like, I'm not even going to consider this as an option of joining or talking to him sensibly again. I want to.
Well, he's used to being on top all the time, so the fact that like he basically got pwned like a noob.
Also, he from taking over the small Yakuza location, he thinks now this is where he's going to start his empire of ruling from the shadows, essentially. And someone who he knew organizations like the Beast were going to come up, but not this soon. So when he's getting punked by them, I think that's gonna drive him to further beyond.
I do want to just see this play out, so I do hope this sticks around.
Yes.
It definitely gave it more legs to stand on. The fact that the main boss is the criminal producer, and I thought it was kind of random that he was like, "Oh yeah, I have." How did you watch all the cameras? How did you know exactly where I was? Mm-hmm. Oh, I had the AI do it, even though it didn't happen. But I mean, it sounds plausible.
Yes.
For him to have done that. Number 4 for me was Black Clover.
Black Clover.
Yes.
Oh, I like that one. Ooh. A little bit of backstory of characters one character that we thought was dead, or in a comatose state that he will never recover from, and the other, Big Sister.
She's OP.
Mere o Leona and Fuego Leon.
Yeah,
Fuego Leon is easier because it's a combination of, Spanish word that I know already. Fuego. And Leon, lion. But
what does fuego mean?
Huh? Fire. It's like
fire.
Fire.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. And what is his spirit? It's a salamander.
Fire.
Like would have been neat if it took the form of a fire lion.
I guess they felt like Mary Leone kind of like cornered that market. You can't have both of them be lions.
I guess.
She comes off like a lioness, so I could see why he would have more of like the myth of the salamander being able to breathe fire.
And her name might be more like Mare Leona, which is like the mare mane of the lioness, but still very neat. Fuego Leon fighting against Kaiser, which is the new leader of the Purple Orcas.
Oh, okay. So that's why
after the captain was taken down, Kaiser took over.
Because I was like, he didn't have like really. He had like a brief mention, and I was like, I couldn't remember him.
Yes, I actually had to go back a couple chapters and find where, Kaiser is taking over the Purple Orcas in the meantime.
God, just to be that irrelevant of a character sucks.
Yes, but
makes it still a
very
good fight.
Strong and maybe amplified because of the elf magic. And then we have Veto, who another person we thought was dead got resurrected. And he's having it out with Mare Leona.
Yeah, the hand-to-hand combat versus the other fight, which is basically just a magic v magic without augmentation. Definitely was. I loved the artwork, and I loved seeing how, even when it's like I haven't felt like this since I was fighting my younger brother all out, and that she would just do whatever she wanted. She wasn't proper. She
was a genius.
Yeah, she would learn by doing it herself.
Yes, she went to other.
She went to other countries
to learn because she wanted to,
instead of being the knight.
Instead of being a knight,
which I guess technically now is she considered a knight?
Yeah, she's
a captain.
I think she's
right.
I think she was acting captain for the Crimson Lions. And
then they just tank the hits.
Yeah.
And give it back to them double fold.
Yeah, the doubles, a lot of good 2-pagers that are very similar.
I was gonna say they're identical in the layout, but then the execution it's different.
Yes.
He augments his fist with flames. She just straight up pummels him. It's nice.
It's very nice.
It's nice and very clean.
And
they have
siblings, so they have that kind.
They have the sibling rivalry where they want to be stronger than one another.
Yes, absolutely. Pretty good. Pretty good. Liked it.
Yeah, definitely solid. Definitely good. Definitely felt like I got a little bit more out of the characters than I did. I learned a little bit more of their backstory and why they feel the way they do.
Yeah, especially towards each other.
Yes. Next, number 3 was Act Age for me.
I put Act Age middle of the road for me.
Middle of the road?
Yes.
I just appreciated just the curtain call.
Yes.
The play is done, and then they get to say thank you. And
they get to have this applause
for all the hard work.
Yonagi, when did these people show up? Was that's how into the role she was. Even other people are saying well, that's a genius for you. Not paying attention to the crowd. Literally, you are this character in this scenario. Mm-hmm. Nothing else is there.
Yep, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't put it any lower. That and the whole tease of a Birth of a New Star. So I'm assuming that she's going to be... I don't think she's going to be sticking with the plays. I think she might be going back onto the movies. Also, I mean, this whole time she's just getting built up for...
acting in general.
Yes. She's just assimilating every single type of environment that she can be in.
Yeah.
She's gone from doing a commercial, doing a movie, doing a play, so now she can do something more artsy. Because the previous movie that she was in seemed more like a slasher type movie.
Yes. This definitely,
this had more artistic flair.
Yes.
As far as the type of work she was working on and acting in.
And how rude of we learned officially Mr. Iwao is dead. I was
with the post online?
Yes.
How it was during the play.
Yeah, get off your phone. Seriously, you obviously don't care this much.
I think she knew. I think she knew because she knew. She had a link. She
cares more
to
about
him.
Her business of making actors than the current play.
Do you think that was it?
I think so. I think she's going to be a little sad, but I don't think we're going to see that side of her. I don't think we're going to see her in tears. I don't think we're going to see any of that.
It seems like he wanted her to feel something.
He is the one who made her quit acting.
But I wonder why. Yeah. Like, exactly, like in detail. But we might never get that.
No, I don't think we will.
But yeah, the curtain call, saying that the dead are basically where we draw our inspiration from. Mm-hmm. People always die, but life goes on. Good message.
Good messages all around. Ready. So what's your number 2?
Number 2 is Dr. Stone.
One of my favorites right now.
It's consistently high on my list because it's always giving you what you want at the time.
Yes. It's apocalyptic prehistoric era is so interesting. Anytime that Senku comes up with something new that he wants,
Chapter 93.
It's great, and making bread, everyone really enjoying it. It's like, yeah, that for Francois, which I still believe is a girl.
We'll just say it's okay. We'll say we'll say they are a girl.
They are a girl. With proper ingredients, I can do this with my eyes closed. This is not even a problem. That's going to be their chef, and they're going to have a lot of fun.
For all intents and purposes, I'm never going to refer to the news reporter as anything else other than news, because her initials abbreviate to that, and good God, her name is long.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to learn how to pronounce that until I hear it in the anime.
Okay.
I am sorry.
If it gets an anime.
It already had a green light for the anime adaptation.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Spoilers. This will be an anime.
Watch it when it comes out.
Support it. People are supporting Promised Neverland.
We got
the development of Mirror.
And we have Gorilla. We have
Steam Gorilla
2.0. That thing.
It was fast. It looked like it could go fast. And then the fact that he was dressed up he looked in the suit, and then he looked fancy.
Yeah, because the previous friends of Senku,
from the village,
the tailor, she is great. She is great at making modern clothes, and I love that even though he was never turned to stone, he put a piece of stone as an earring right there, and like cufflinks for that as well. He just looks cool. He says this is his new look. What does he do right after?
Flexes out of it.
Flexes out of it. Yeah, making mirror in it on itself helps people see kind of themselves.
I thought it was funny. It's like, did you really think I just wanted a simple mirror?
Yeah. Like,
no, it's for film.
Yeah, for film, for creating a camera. She was a news reporter, and he literally made her a camera.
Yeah, just the emotional weight of her getting that camera back. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, this wasn't.
She really loved her profession.
Yeah.
She really did.
Yeah,
and now she's able to take a record of the new world as it's created and things have developed.
Yeah, the first picture is such a great homage, and
to Albert Einstein.
we saw it from the get-go when he wrote that on his coat.
Yeah, he equals MC squared.
But just doing that homage and the iconic pose of Albert Einstein,
tongue out,
the tongue
photograph acquired.
It's just hilarious, and it's still with the times. And like Albert Einstein, he had a sense of humor.
And then I think at this point it's kind of obvious what my number 1 is, and that is Promised Neverland.
Promised Neverland. Ba-ba-da-ba. I also had this as number 1.
Gee, what a coincidence!
It was good. It was good.
What? No way. Sorry for the loud clap. I probably just completely wrecked the mic.
It's alright.
So, Promised Neverland. Where to begin?
And Emma waking up late. The children waking up late.
Yep.
I think they're getting a little bit too comfortable.
It's been one day. Or, 1 day.
Yeah. It's been 1 day. But even with the safe house.
Yeah, they would still get up and do their morning routine.
I think some of these kids are getting a little bit weaker. I'll say that.
Oh my god.
They're getting a little bit too.
Getting a little too complacent.
Yeah, a little bit too comfortable, which is why I don't think a lot of these kids
are gonna make it.
Are going to be in a fight.
Ooh.
I think a lot of them are going to be held back, and I think only, maybe even a conditioning test will be applied for everyone who wants to apply. Only the best can make it through for the next missions.
Huh. Well, that seems like something Norman would be in favor of. That way there aren't kids that are like super weak going out there. But I don't think he would have anybody go out there that's like super young. I think he would mainly have people that are like older. I mean, like if you look at most of the people that have been out there in the world already, for the most part, they're like Emma's age or older, and they're usually pretty big or beefy, or just strong and skilled. And
Zangi,
the one with the bag on their face, yes. And it just doesn't seem like he would do that. But I do like that Emma's apprehension, like you can kind of see it on her face, but she actually affirms it in this chapter where she is just like, I actually don't want to fight them. I don't want to kill them.
I don't want bloodshed on either side, which very, very.
But Ray does pry it out of her very well.
Yes, but Norman, Mr. Minerva,
Mr. Minerva,
still, he also specifically said he wants no bloodshed on our side.
Yep. Fine with it on the other side, though.
Fine with it on the other side, but I think the way he phrased it also made me think that he might not want so much bloodshed on their side either.
He wants to make it to where they would have like almost 100% chance of success every single time for every single operation. I did like the banter between Norman and Vincent, how Vincent was like kind of giving him crap for being a different person when he was around them, and then when he's around everybody else, he acts like the boss. He acts the same. That was nice.
Yeah, Vincent, I like his character.
I do wonder what's going to happen with that and what exactly his plan is, because he's going to have a meeting.
Yes.
He calls for a meeting.
Yes. I'm not sure if it's because he said all the allies are dead. All the old allies of Mr. Minerva are dead. So I wonder if these are
plantation kids,
other mothers.
They could rebel. Yeah, that'd be hard, but yeah.
Imagine the original mother, Isabella, changing sides and helping them. Like, we don't want to accept help from you, but like, I'm the only thing you have.
Is she still alive?
Definitely. I think she may have been reprimanded a little bit, but I definitely think she's still the mother. But yes,
possibility.
Emma completely going against.
I don't want to kill the demons.
Against what Norman said the other night.
But I can see why it's hard for her to want to do that in general, just because she's seen their society. Like they've gone into the towns with the demons where there's kids, and the only difference between the demon kids and the human kids is the fact that they have to eat humans.
Yes.
And then
to maintain human-like
intelligence and features. So it's like they eat.
Yeah. They eat like anything else.
Yes. And so she can't really bring herself to do that. And then they had allies that were demons.
Yeah. Musica.
Yeah, I think she had a slightly different... Yeah, they called her... And the jump one, it was Musica. I think Musica just sounds more pleasing on the ear, but I think they had it as Musica on the app when I read it. And then when I was doing my notes for this episode.
For this week.
So she just doesn't know what she wants to do. She knows that the 7 walls isn't going to change anything. If they stop the plantations, the demons lose their humanity.
Yeah. Which just makes them
feral beasts.
Which is still in a way killing them off. But at least this way they'll be able to, stay alive as a more dominant species, which I think is what's going on right now. What's going on right now is one side is trying to create mass genocide by getting rid of all the demons, and the others are just trying to reclaim their food source.
And I feel like that's why this series is so good.
Yes, it's very good. And that just about wraps up the first episode.
Well, first episode part 2. Yeah.
First episode part 2. Tell us your own top 10s, you know?
Or if you read every title that you can get your hands on, which is like 15 of them.
Yeah.
Jump has 14 on their site.
It's pretty neat.
We just like Jump. We just like
Jump.
this.